This Week in Gaming with Naomi Kyle.
Hello friendos, I'm Naomi Kyle and welcome back to This Week in Gaming. This week we're catching up on all the big announcements out of D23, the ultimate Disney fan event that took place over the weekend, including new additions to Fortnite, an update on the Witcher 4 video game, what's next for the Borderlands franchise, and a whole lot more. We've got all this week's gaming news, so let's get started. The major streaming service Netflix experienced a major breach in security, causing huge leaks across some of their most popular shows. One of the shows targeted in this attack was none other than Arcane, the animated TV series closely following the story of Sisters V and Jinx from Riot Games' evergreen title, League of Legends. Due to the leak, 5 episodes have found their way online. This all comes only months before the premiere of Arcane Season 2, which was announced to be airing on Netflix sometime in November. Season 2 will also be the last season for the beloved series. As I said, many people, myself included, are so hyped for this show, and it would be devastating to have the ending of this marvelous TV show spoiled, so please do your part and don't seek out the leaked episodes or repost any spoilers pertaining to the leaks. I'm counting on you. Helldivers 2 developer Arrowhead Game Studios has had a rain cloud hanging over their heads ever since Helldivers fans review bombed the game. The thunderous outcry from fans was in response to an update that would force players to have a PlayStation account in order to continue playing the game. It was a shocking moment for Helldivers 2, whose success earlier in the year was the equivalence of catching lightning in a bottle. Unfortunately, it looks like there will be more stormy weather ahead for Arrowhead Games. The developer has been struck by lightning yet again after pushing out an update to simply nerf fire damage weapons. This update was meant to balance a premium war bond featuring fresh firearms of flammable freedom. This, however, frustrated many fans, who without hesitation took to Steam to rain down on Helldivers' review score yet again, changing it from mostly positive to mixed in a matter of days. Arrowhead CEO Shams Jorjani has acknowledged the boisterous feedback from fans, saying a hotfix will be deployed at some point that will focus on bugs and might include some balance changes. It seems there is no stopping democracy now. We are drunk on power, gamers. Multiplayer online battle arenas, or MOBAs as they're better known, are a much beloved genre in video games. A MOBA is a type of real-time strategy video game where 2 teams of players face off against each other in competitive matches. Now, since the first MOBA back in 2002, many games have since been released and done incredibly well, making their publishers millions of dollars. League of Legends, for example, reportedly made their publisher Riot Games $1.8 billion back in 2022. And Pokemon Unite has made the Pokemon Company $82 million since the game's launch 3 years ago. So it comes as no surprise that publisher Bandai Namco is looking for their slice of the pie after announcing their first MOBA starring characters from the Dragon Ball franchise. Dragon Ball Project Multi, as they're calling it, will be featuring heroes like Android 18, Majin Buu, Piccolo, Krillin, Future Trunks, Vegeta, and of course Goku. Some villains will also be making an appearance. Dragon Ball Project Multi will be available to play on mobile and Steam. There's no official release date yet, but beta testing will begin on August 19th through to September 2nd. After a less than stellar release for the Borderlands movie, many of us are asking, what's next? And how do they plan to unsully the Borderlands? Well, a journalist at the Epic Games Store was given the opportunity to interview Gearbox CEO Randy Pitchford. Thankfully, they asked the question on all of our minds, can we expect a sequel to the mainland Borderlands series? To which Mr. Pitchford responded very plainly, of course we are. We're working on lots of Borderlands. We're working on lots of Brothers in Arms. Brothers in Arms is no surprise, as it was confirmed to be in development back in 2021, but it is nice to hear straight from the horse's mouth that there are more mainline Borderlands games coming down the pipeline. Does this mean that we can expect to see a new trailer for Borderlands 4 at Gamescom? Maybe even a gameplay trailer? If it happens, you can count on me to keep you in the loop for episode 29 of This Week in Gaming. Mojang, the masterminds behind the world's most beloved game, Minecraft, have always looked for ways to change the world for the better through Minecraft. Their latest project means to provide a safe place for children with Minecraft's first server dedicated to a children's hospital. Mojang and their official partners at Hive Games have worked together to create a private server that allows bedridden children to explore their hospital without ever having to leave their rooms. The server itself is built to support 10 languages and includes survival modes and mini-games to maintain the patient's interest. Mojang and the physicians in the hospital hope that this can act as a form of rehabilitation for the children and to improve their stay at the hospital for what would otherwise be a very traumatic moment in their lives. Gotta love Minecraft. In a recent reveal, Doug Cockle, the voice actor behind Geralt of Rivia from the popular video game The Witcher 3, confirmed that Geralt will be appearing in the upcoming Witcher game, codenamed Polaris, but not as the main character. This marks a shift from previous games where Geralt was the central figure, signaling the end of his saga as previously announced by the game's developer, CD Projekt Red. While specific details about Geralt's role in Polaris, aka Witcher 4, are still under wraps, Cockle hinted at his involvement, leaving fans to speculate on what this might mean for the story. The game, expected to launch no earlier than 2025, is being developed using Unreal Engine 5 and will kick off a new saga in the Witcher universe. And, as a fan of the game, I can't wait. Epic Games is teaming up with Disney to bring a wave of iconic villains and beloved characters from Pixar, Star Wars, and Marvel to Fortnite. That's right, this news was unveiled this past weekend during a Disney Experiences showcase during Disney's big fan event, D23. Starting August 12th, players can expect to see Mandalorian characters, including Grogu, joining the famed Battle Royale. Just days later, on August 16th, Fortnite will launch Chapter 5, Season 4, Absolute Doom, featuring none other than Dr. Doom as the main character. This season will also include Marvel-themed skins and items, including appearances from X-Men characters like Cable, Cyclops, and Rogue, alongside Spider-Man villain Mysterio. And it doesn't stop there, as the trailer for Absolute Doom teases cosmetics and weapons inspired by Sabretooth, Captain America, Iron Man, and Black Panther. Yep, Disney also made it clear at the event that their involvement with Fortnite is only going to expand. Upcoming in fall of this year, Fortnite players can look forward to Disney villains such as Maleficent, Cruella de Vil, and Captain Hook also making an appearance. Pixar's superhero family, The Incredibles, will also be making their in-game debut with content featuring Mr. and Mrs. Incredible and Frozone. That's a heck of a lot of Disney characters in Fortnite. These announcements come on the heels of Disney's $1.5 billion investment in Epic Games, Fortnite's developer. Although that was it when it came to game announcements out of Disney's big event, it's looking like these character additions to Fortnite are just the beginning of their partnership with Epic.
Games out this week.
Now let's go over the video games releasing this week. On August 14th, Sam & Max The Devil's Playhouse Remastered gets a new life on all platforms. On August 15th, Kenna Bridge of Spirits crosses over to the Xbox One and Xbox Series X and S. Then on August 16th, Rugrats Adventures in Gameland crawls onto all platforms. The Epic Games Store will have Death's Gambit and a starter pack of the World of Warships free to download from August 15th until August 22nd. Amazon Prime subscribers can download a Baldur's Gate 2, Beholder 3, On Guard, Hard West 2, and Stray Gods, the role-playing musical.
Quest complete.
So that's it for the news this week. It's now time to chat with a brand new guest to the show, Stella Chong, who joins us to chat about all the big announcements out of D23.
Select game mode. Multiplayer.
Hey Stella, welcome to the show. I'm so happy to finally have you on. You're kind of somebody who stepped in my shoes. We've kind of walked the same path in terms of like the work that we've done. But it's so good to finally have you on the show. How have things been?
Yeah, it's really great to be here. Things have been pretty good, very busy. There's been a lot of stuff happening in the games world. And it's been a lot to keep up with. Also, my backlog has been crazy. So, there's always that.
Oh my God. That's the never-ending curse of being a gamer. But I guess I wanted to primarily touch on the big news this week, or this past weekend. We, of course, had Disney's major fan event, which is D23. It happens every year. They drop so much news and announcements, and they just cover everything from the stuff they're doing in their parks to the stuff they're doing for the entertainment side, and even games. But I was surprised this year. There wasn't much in terms of gaming news. So what was your takeaway? Just the fact that the only news we got from games on for D23 was Fortnite news and their buyout of Epic, which just seems like they're just going to be adding Marvel skins. Like, tell me about what you thought just seeing that.
Yeah, it's really weird because we've already seen them do a massive crossover before. I mean, they did the Star Wars stuff. They also did a different character skins. They did like the Hulk skin. They even did She-Hulk, and it's so interesting that they're coming back to this. Also, the fact that they were teasing Fortnite's next season, which is very interesting. Like it's weird because they haven't been doing a lot of in-game events either for each season. So it's not like they were teasing like a massive event that's going to happen. It's just a lot of skins and new in-game items that reflect different heroes and such. So I don't know. I feel like maybe they might be looking at trying to make different Marvel experiences in the game, since Fortnite isn't just Fortnite anymore. It's not just the battle royale. It's not just survival. It has so many other community made things. And I mean, they even Epic even made their own games inside of Fortnite. So it's like its own launcher, right? So I feel like they might be working on making like a different Marvel experience that's digital inside of Fortnite. But I don't know. It is very odd to not get a lot of news except for just this Fortnite season.
Yeah, I mean, we know that Star Wars Outlaws is coming out very soon, and I feel like it was a missed opportunity for them to not showcase more or to hype it up, because that's a huge property of theirs, Star Wars, and it's going to be, it's a hotly anticipated game, so I'm just surprised they didn't have anything more beyond that, and then maybe announce some of the other stuff they're working on. It was a complete shocker.
Yeah, it's really weird. And I mean, the game releases August 30th. So that's like the end of this month too. So it's really weird we didn't get anything about it, especially since they did talk about new experiences that they're going to have that are based on Star Wars. And it could have been really easy to just slip in that game there. But I don't know, maybe they were worried about sticking with the general audience, since Star Wars Outlaws is a new story with characters that people aren't familiar with. So maybe they were like, let's stick with people that they know. I mean, if we stick with Fortnite, everyone knows what Fortnite is, right? So maybe they were sticking with safe things, didn't want to over communicate about a game, but also that's just weird. Like, we don't mind over communication.
Yeah, in my mind, maybe it was, the hype around Robert Downey Jr. coming back as Doctor Doom. I think that the fact that they had that trailer too, like they showed that Doctor Doom's going to be a new skin in Fortnite on August 16th. I think there's like just things that I don't know, maybe they're aligning it more to their entertainment side and not really pushing for the game stuff, or maybe they just don't have much in the works beyond that. I mean, they did pay $1.5 billion to buy Epic. So like you said, maybe they're going to try to make other games within Fortnite that are more Marvel or, aligned with the Disney properties that they have. Do you have any things beyond the game side that you saw at D23 that had you really hyped? I have my list of like the ones that I know, like just pull at my heartstrings, but was there anything for you particularly that you were like, oh my God, I'm so excited they're making this?
Yeah. So it's mostly like park-based things, I think, but I'm really excited for Villains Land because I don't know, sometimes the villains are cooler than the heroes. We've seen so many of the heroes and the princesses. I want to see more of the villains, so I think that's super cool. Unfortunately, it's in the Florida Disney World, which sucks, but yeah, that's okay. Also, Monsters Incorporated Land coming to Disney Hollywood Studios. That makes me so happy because Monsters Incorporated is one of my favorite movies because I don't know, it's just so unique. It has so many cool ideas. I really fell in love with the characters. I really liked Monsters University, so that'd be really cool if they had like a little college campus.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah. That makes me really excited. And yeah, I can't think of anything else because I haven't really been, I know they talk about new cruises and I'm like, I haven't been on any of the cruises. It's really expensive. So yeah, those are like the two main things that I was really excited for.
And on the entertainment side, I mean, they have obviously had a flood of stuff that they dropped. Avatar 3, the title, which is interesting. Avatar Fire and Ash. Toy Story 5, we're getting a 5th one.
Ugh, oh my God, why?
I know, it's just going to make me cry all the time. But I do love Toy Story. It's like one of my favorite childhood movies that I watched growing up on repeat. I'm trying to see what else they announced. Oh, Andor Season 2, which I guess we expected.
Yeah. I haven't seen the first season. I should. I hear it's really, really good. Like a lot of people really loved it. Yeah. They think it's like the better live action Star Wars series. So I need to watch it.
It is really, if you were a fan of Rogue One, Rogue One,
Ooh,
one of
okay.
the top, Star Wars movies. It's follows that story, and now we know that the season 2 of Andor is going to be following. I think they're going to be skipping a year, or like it's 4 years ahead or something that I saw. TBD, you guys can Google it on the information regarding that. Then there's the Agatha All Along trailer. So I don't know. Did you watch WandaVision?
Oh my God, yes. It's my favorite. It's my favorite Marvel show, I think, that came out. And also it came out at the perfect time in quarantine. So it tackled that topic of guilt or topic of grief really well.
Yeah.
So I don't know, for some reason it just really connected with me. But yeah, no, I love that show, and Agatha All Along looks really weird because
Yeah.
I think it leaves more questions than anything else. I saw they had to pull back some of the names of the characters, but so I don't want to say it because I don't want to spoil it for anyone else, but it's weird. I don't know how certain characters are there, and I think that's going to be part of the fun of watching the story. But it also brings back that like weird thriller mystery that WandaVision had, where everything was pretty but also not okay. So I'm really excited for another series in that.
Me too. I hope that, like you said, it's along the same lines as what we saw in WandaVision, and it takes a weird approach, and it the juxtaposition between like the TV show versus what's real life. And I really liked that world of WandaVision. So to have a spinoff, and I'm liking that they're not completely changing that thriller-esque, moody vibe, which I really liked. So we'll see. Yeah, I loved the character of Agatha in WandaVision. So to have a spinoff for her is like totally makes sense. And we won't be getting any more Scarlet Witch, WandaVision type shows from that main character. So to have a spinoff or just an extension of that world makes me so happy. All right, so what were some of your main highlights from the entertainment side? Was there anything specific that stood out to you?
Yes. Oh my God. I'm so excited because Lilo and Stitch, we finally got to look at the live action, and Stitch looks just perfect. It's nothing like the Sonic reveal that we had before. He actually looks so cute and fuzzy, and I have so many little collectibles of him, so I am absolutely buying everything about him when the movie drops, but I'm really excited.
Yeah, that one looked really good. I'm glad that they're doing that whole world again. Like they're coming back to it. There's just so many things. Moana 2, the trailer also dropped, set for release November 27th, 2024. And then on my list, last but not least, it's kind of a random one and very specific and niche to like a specific audience or generation of kids, but Freaky Friday 2. I grew up on Freaky Friday, the first one. Yeah, so I'm excited for that one. It's coming out next year, 2025. Actually, let's go back to Agatha Long for a second here. That one's coming out September 18th, 2024. So that's really soon. Yeah, Freaky Friday 2. I don't have super high expectations of like if it's going to be really as like capture the same magic as the first one, but I don't care. I love those two actors, Lindsay Lohan, who we love, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis. So yeah, very excited for that one. Those were kind of my tops of the things that got announced, but there were so many things announced at this year's show. So guys, definitely catch up on your D23 news. And Stella, so we were talking a little bit before we started the interview about how you're from IGN, and that's kind of where I helm from. As you know, I hosted the Daily Fix, and you did as well. So where can people find your content, find out more about you? Because you're just an awesome person to follow in the gaming space.
Oh, you're so sweet. It's just at Parallax Stella everywhere. It's except for Instagram because someone's sitting on the handle and has been for years.
I have that same problem.
It's just parallaxstella.official. But I upload. I've been trying to be better about my YouTube uploads, and Naomi has been really great. I honestly, you've been such a great mentor. So I've been trying to like get more videos out there, and it's always so great to see you commenting on things and encouraging me. So yeah, it's been really nice.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I think you're a great content creator. Speaking of which, are you playing anything fun right now? Do people have to have something on their radar? I know you said your backlog was big, but is there anything you're playing?
Yes. Okay, so right now I'm almost done with the Elden Ring DLC. I think I have 2 or 3 bosses left, and then I'm going to go and do my backlog games and play Doom Eternal. Because Doom the Dark Ages is coming out, and I want to be caught up on it.
Of course, Doom the Dark Ages. You gotta get up on that game. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited that you're in the gaming space, that you're still crushing it. I hope you'll come back for another episode.
Yeah, I would love to.
Awesome. Well, thanks again, Stella. Hope you have a good one.
Thanks. You too.
Stella Chong is a host and producer at IGN. You can follow her on Twitter at ParallaxStella.
Flawless victory! Continue!
And that's This Week in Gaming. I'm your host, Naomi Kyle. I had such a great time bringing you the news this week. Thank you so much for listening. Shout out to my co-writer, Josh Seaman, for helping me put the show together every week. Don't forget to let me know what you're playing and what you think about these stories by tagging me at Naomi Kyle on social. From all of us here at This Week in Gaming, have a blast of a week, and we'll see you again same time, same place. Thanks for listening.
This Week in Gaming is an iHeartRadio Canada podcast. Subscribe to this podcast on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts. Download the iHeartRadio app for more podcasts just like these.